fish on. What's up, people? We're in Goa right now. Now what's the first thing that comes to mind when you're in Goa? For me, it's definitely on the rocks. So we're going to be going on the rocks somewhere down there and fishing off the rocks. So we're going to try and catch some grouper, snappers, mangrove jacks, hopefully a barra, I don't know. Now I've always been used to bait fishing, so this is going to be a new thing for me, something new. For the first time I'm going to be trying lure fishing, so I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm going to share my experience with you guys. For now, let me just find a way down and we'll see what's in store for us. So for the first 3 weeks, I did not get a single bite. At this point in time, I started wondering if I would even hook onto a fish. Fortunately, I was in Goa for more than a month, so I still had some time left. I decided to change my fishing spot in the hope of catching some fish. I've come down Aguada Jail Museum, and let's see if we can catch something over here. This is going to be our last shot. Okay, this seems like a good spot. Let's give it a try. As usual, when you start a day, the expectations are high, and as the day goes on and you don't catch anything, you feel like a fool. Oh, it's a big one. I'm completely wet. And we got another one. Small one. What the? This is where I hook onto my first fish. This grouper decides to take the lure and go right underneath a rock, and I was under the impression that the line got snagged somewhere. I decide to open the bait and let the line loose. I try all sorts of things. Only later do I realize that I had a fish on. A baby grouper. I thought it got snagged somewhere. It turns out it's a grouper. I'm gonna release this guy. It's too small. So we're gonna release this guy. First grouper on this way. First grouper. Look at the color, how beautiful. Let this guy live for another day. Come on, let's release this guy. And off you go. Fish on. Fish on. What is it this time? Don't tell me it's a grouper. It's a bigger grouper, I guess. What is it? Is it grouper day today? Open your mouth, man. don't want to damage here. Second release. Too small to keep. Oh, it's a grouper day. At this moment I was just happy to get some fish at the end of my line. After all, something is better than nothing. My time in Goa was coming to an end. I had one more day before I headed back to Pune, and I was still in search of a big fish. Yet another day goes by and I haven't caught a fish. Not a single bite. Now at first I thought it's probably me doing something wrong. I'm not spinning it correctly, not the right method, but apparently none of the other anglers as well have caught or got a single bite over the past, I would say, 1 week or so, or even 10 days. So the reality is the fish population, according to me, is declining severely, and tourism plays an important role because there's a huge demand for fish. And we guys don't have any strict rules. Go to the market, you'll get really small fish that aren't allowed to even grow to maturity. So if you guys happen to catch a fish that's really small, just put it back in the water. I did manage to spot a barracuda. It took the bait, but for some reason it never got hooked. I don't know why, but at least I'm happy to see a barracuda in the water here. Never seen one personally before, just on TV. And I happened to hook onto a GT, but for some reason the camera wasn't recording at that time. When I checked out, like, oh shit, that's a bummer. And in case you guys are serious about hooking onto a fish, the best time to visit, in case you want to catch something in Goa, would be during the monsoons. Yes, it's a bit risky. The sea gets really rough down here, but if you have a good rod where you can cast really long, you can cast from a safe distance and hook onto a fish. That would be my suggestion.